It's no good. With my feet, I want to hear my feet going. That's it, my son. That's all I can do.
And how long have you been playing the accordion?
Well, since I'm down, because I was sitting down on the floor, and that accordion was higher than me. And there's Duncan Young's accordion.
Holy Jesus.
It was a big accordion. She was higher than me. I was sitting down on the floor, and the accordion crossed my knees again, and the accordion was higher. And that's when I start, learning to play. And then I used to have accordion of my own one time. And but I give up everything like that, So I used to sing jigs a lot. That's what I used to do now. I used to go with the Emil, but Emil used to go and I sing jigs with the Emil. And when I used to go to a garden party or somewhere, they had me up there enough to sing jigs and I had, That's the way I learned now. And I was always, since I'm small, I'm singing jigs. Yeah.
So nobody taught you how to play, you took it up on your own?
No, nobody taught me that. I learned it myself. I don't know much playing the accordion, but what I learned myself. So, anything else you want to know?
Yeah, you want to sing us a little jig?
Yeah, but I can't sing my jig now. I can't hear my feet. Let's go and do it. When I can't hear my feet, and I can, define Jerry Holland now as jigs, I know it's one Jerry Holland, but it's hard to think about jigs. Jigs, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you remember Parson Brook? You can. Parson Brook used to leave the bar and he used to come up to your grandfather on the day. And when he get there, they'd get on the violin, Ben and Emil on the violin, and him on the floor still dancing. Now, and now I was staying there, me. I was staying to his place, and I was young. Eh? And I used to sit at the table, and with my two heels like that, I had two holes bored in the floor. Now, and they had all mats on the floor in the kitchen, all mats, even sheepskins for a mat. Eh? He used to kick all that away, and all that, and then you get on the floor him. Well, my son was too nice to see him on the floor, nothing. Me, my two heels now, going under the table. Two whole word under the table. That's the way I used to sing now, jigs.
Oh,
yeah. It was a good time. I had good time. Yeah, that's all now. Goodbye.
Okay, what was it like before fishing, like without outboard motors and stuff like that? How hard was it?
Well, the outboard motor came out, you know, it's not so related to the oars. We fished all of our life with oars, the ollies. We had no motors. In 1954, we got outboard motors. Well, now it's easier now. We got outboard motors. That, I don't know. When we start fishing on the first with millions of fish, lots of lobsters. But now it's so scarce. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows fish is scarce, lobster is scarce. Still, it makes a few bucks because it's a good price. But in the time I was fishing, maybe I started first. You know, there was lots of fish, and there was lots of fish to run. Everybody making a lot of money. It was a small price, but there was lots of it. Like now, millions of lobsters, millions of fish, and lots of halibut, lots of capelin, and lots of herring, and lots of everything. And now it's so scarce that people don't work on the fish. In the time when the old Tyrone to buy lobsters here, used to pay 1 cent a pound, 1 cent for one lobster. And they were 4 feet long, same thing, 1 cent for them. Parson been one of my fathers to boil the lobsters down there. They had to boil them and then put them aboard the dory, take dory loads, and bring them up to the port house here, carry them up the bank with the capstan, bring them what's there for a cent each. If you had 100 lobsters, $1.
Oh my gosh.
So, and so lively that, but you know, lively was cheap. You get a bag of flour for $2, $3. And, you know, anything you'd buy, pork or beef, or, it was all cheap. But now, it's not cheap anymore, but then you make more money now. It's come to the same thing.
Oh, but there's not so much fish as what there used to be.
No. They used to take dories, they had two big yellow dories, they call them big scows. 200 more each dory, they had each a gaff, to go to that shank, the same thing was there, go there, a couple of hours gone, they come up with a dory pot over you. So there's maybe that tick at the bottom, to hook them with a gaff and bring them there. And if you had a lobster over the top I've never seen before, you know, the biggest one you've seen yet, give you a stick of tobacco or a little flask of whiskey. Or a time it wasn't, I don't remember that because I wasn't born yet. Now down the Blue Beach down there was the best fishing place of all. Down there was all kinds of boats there, fishing, so you know, all the large water and they were coming somewhere else and fish there. And the Blue Beach, the whole side of Blue Beach, the cover caught his there. They had to split their fish and dry it, see. Old Peter Critcher used to buy the fish from the people. And salted there and salted down, you know, thousands of cans of fish. But they had flakes, and sometimes they put on the beach. It was too hot, so they wouldn't put on the beach because it was burned. He had over 10 or 15 men there with dories. They take all the fish and fill up the dory full of bulk fish, carry water put in and wash the fish and had men to dry it, and covered the beach, the whole beach was full. Doing that now every year, that. to make one of the fish was cheap, but then they used to get all the fish. Nonetheless, you know, he was getting richer all the time. So him and his buddy went up to Red Island up there in the fall, fishing and I don't know, maybe after birds. He had a sailing boat with no motors. He goes out there and he left to come down with a gate in southwest. And he put up his sail and he must have got jammed in the ice. See, the ice left the shore and pushed him out. He was never found after the boat was gone. So we were paying very much for the work that long.
So the men that you said he had men working for him down to Long Point, was that local people, or did he bring people with him? Or
No, people around there.
you would pay them for their work?
All them Johnny Gullies and all them, you know, all them drawing the fish, washing in dories, with bottles of Gagne and nurses Gaudet and you know, all the players like that. You get 7 or 8 men, or 10 men, or 12 men, washing them up and remember.
The old Tarajan, you said, who is he now? You said, was it Tarajan who used to buy the fish?
Peter Christian.
No, the other guy you were saying before. Tarajan or?
Tarajan.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he buy lobster that door.
Okay, where was he from? Was he from here?
I couldn't tell you that now. He must have been a fellow from the Frenchman. He must have been from France somewhere. I never found out where he's from. He had a big store, and he had a crowd of people. He had boilers, and he was a half-house, 6 boilers, boiling lobster, because the whole people bringing them there, getting all the lobster they were, 1 cent a pound. He said, boil that, and they had a crowd of people there chopping the lobsters, and had some that put it in cans, and some more sealing it, and well, it was a lot of work. Now, I don't know how much was to get for each lobster, I put up in cans. He put up some 1,000 cases.
Your father used to have a canning factory too, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, my father packed lobster for 50 years. He used to buy lobsters to my father and Johnny Turret there. Then Johnny Turret, the young one, his father was Johnny Turret too. Him and Johnny Benoit on there fishing down to France, more little place on there. To fish there and to bring our lobster down. My father paid 3 cents a pound for lobsters. You only get $11 a case for lobsters. It was a lot of work. They boil lobsters, chop them up, take the meat out, and get some salt water and wash the salt and the blood. You couldn't see a speck on. They only specs on, the zips turned down. Had they well cleaned, put it in cans and packed it up, sealed them. Now, we never had no paper sealer at the time of the first. We got one on the last. But after, on the front, they had a copper made, you know, round with right around the can. The cover would go inside, and then you saw it running around it up and put them there. You had to boil that knocked up for maybe an hour. And then after that, put them one side. You had to steam them off first, bottom off. You had a little hammer with a little lead in, back, and split out. The steam will come out and plug the hole again, put them on one side. Next morning, put them back in the boiler, boil them again. Another 3/4 of an hour on there. Then throw them there and they get cold. And then test them out, you gotta check them. Just pressing both sides and go down easy, they're tight. You press them when go down, go deep. So when we finished, after we finished the old coppers there, we had better then, we had a new sealer. And then some day we'd pack up maybe 4 cases and 5 cases. At least I returned to seal, anybody would seal, you know. And we're there. You might get a 1 out of 1,000 cans. You know, bad covers there. You know, with there's like the meat bottles there. The gasket was no good, it wouldn't work good. They got them bad ones out now. But then in the lobster can, there's not often there's mist. Packed it up and then we'll put the can on one side after they're all tight, leave them there for a while. We have all them wooden boxes. Then we have maybe 25 cases. We had to take a rag and shine them up right around. That'll be well bright, clear. Oh, yeah. purple stuff around the can, around the bottom and the top, the shrine, around the cases. $11 a case. But the most first thing, John Joy's wife came on one day. They came across the boat. Now, the abbot was paying only $11 a case. The woman come there now. She said, $19 a case. Give me the lobster. Stop the abbot. John Joy's wife got all the lobsters. So we kept up like that. But our price here, 19. There was no time, the lobster was many of them. It was back in the fall. Fish all the summer, and then the fall we had fall fishing too. Harvey was fishing with us, to me and him, Francis hauling trap. All our traps in the morning and doing our lobsters.
Okay. Like it used to be before.
No. What caused that now? The only kind of tidal wave we had there. Now, I don't know how many years ago, a long while ago, it was that much. But I don't know for sure what time it happened. Whatever happened there, I must have changed the Gulf Stream or something. Because I remember when Arson Bill went to fish on the beach inside there, never did nothing move off the beach. You know, he put all the codheads on the edge of the beach or sound bones or anything, split his fish. Nothing moved, nothing never moved, no time. And you know, when I was going to the beach, I was about 10 years old, 8 years old around there. And then when the tidal wave came on there, I don't know, I must have been around 12 or 13 around there. And then everything was, you know, all shook up and on the windows and the window of the house. Everything, you know, trembled that much. Now everybody got frightened. Now we didn't know what happened. We had no radios and time, no TVs or nothing at all. Nothing to find out news. And they were on the lab. We found out what happened there. The tidal wave, south of the Grand Bank somewhere. So I don't know what happened. Then about a week after, there's a big swell come in. Just like a big boat that was there, and, you know, made a big swell on the shore. And the same evening, she struck a southeast gale, where that beach in the cove had never moved before. Somebody once told us he fished all his life there. I wasn't born on top of them guys fishing there. And she came a southeaster in the evening, and took everything, all the beach. The beach was a quarter of a mile long. There was not one rock left. The bare edge we got there, seemed like a strange place. Same as it wasn't the same place at all. All the beach was gone. And all the stores, Arson Belmont had 2, we had 3, and Johnny Gully had 1. All the dories, barrows, everything. We had even a pile of lead, about 2,000 pounds of lead from the old Strand Hill, carried across in dory. But they all piled up by sheets. One piece would drop the rest up, and took that too. We found some in the coal, sure, but we lost it. Then our store was all beat up in spalls, all mashed up in pieces, just ready put in the store for wood. With no more wood, all just silver, you know. But it was all packed up in there in the cove there, all packed up there. We don't know who all the God is, and the Arson Belmont now was all mixed up. But it's still there. So we had to build our store on top of the bank then. No, to pack our lofters. Then every year after that, there's not one fall happen without the breezing wind to come and take the seed and put it up in the bank. There's, you know, the seeds go up there above the big rocks there. And so around there, I will show you a big rock where the rock was stuck in the bank, and now the rock was here and the bank is all eaten over there. And with 50 yards, not 50 yards, 20 yards or whatever. The rock is there. The bank is all gone. It's going up in the cliff all the time.
I mean, it never did happen before.
No. You go there and put a door in the edge of the beach. Not haul up. You won't have to haul up in the night. There's no such a thing as a breeze in the night and take your boat away. You never move. Cameras on every day. You know. Now, any day, you know, it's all big breeze now. Down to the barn on there, you should see that where the water come up in the bank there. You know, almost in the field. Took away. I had a pilot lobster pots me there on top of the beach home there. That's how it used to come. We hauled our dory on top of the bank. I had a brand new dory my father built me. And the stem post there, you should see that. We'll come to that barn and show you where our cement block was stood for hook the winch on. Way up there, the first block of the wedge, there's the first block. center block goes there, and you put your window there, and then you hook some on the other block. Smashed the door in pieces, and float on my shop over the top of the bank, with the trees and stuff. Could see him. I was on top of the second bank sleeping on stores too, and I was frightened to death. Jerry he had a big coat on, trying to get down the shore, and he couldn't get there. And me, I was using it. I swallowed in my stomach like that. He pressed a bunch of wicked shut and I fall down. And now when the seas come up, afraid me to death, I was over the big rock, the bank there. You know, it's a real smash up. It's very vexed to see you. All of them, I see my truck when it's floating up, and up with it, going down. Beat up, and lost our truck. Put in the bank, and what a place to put him. On the next bank in the field. You know, it's ugly. Ugly, look at that. Very different. I don't know what happened there. But since the tidal wave was done the same at all. Every fall it breezed the wind. The time we lost our stores on that there. When we lost the reeds, we couldn't save them.
You mentioned the old Strand Hill. What was that now?
Old Strand Hill. We used to use the old Strand Hill to carry pulp from Piccadilly. They cut pulp back away with Bain. And they passed too close to Fox Island, struck on the Foxdale there. The Foxdale Brook there, Fox Island there, there's a shoal there. Struck on that and on the ground, you couldn't get him off. And he had planking, a foot square. That was the planking. Boat is almost a crow cliff, you know. Carried thousands and thousands of cords of wood and that. So we stayed there, that's where we had a lot of lead from there. When I was water going to board that now. And all the floor was all leather, strips of leather that white, and sheets from just the water there. Take the nails out and pack it up and lower down with a rope in the dory.
There was another boat that had gone aground in there too another time, wasn't there?
The lobster boat down there. Yeah, the old stone boat down there, on the point down there. He's going up with lower the stone. What do you call that? No, limestone. The quarry, the blast there, and you know, they had belts there loading up the boat. He passed in the night, and he passed too close to the end of the finger. He went to the ground, he went right up on the chain. It was low tide here. So he was way down below the bar. But the boat's bigger and lower, and he keeps struck like that and stayed there. Yeah, it was a big schooner to bring freight for the Abbots and Albert. I don't know, he anchored in like the Brook here, in the cove outside, inside. And I don't know what he was waiting for. The wind was fine. But he had to go to Piccadilly with that now, to the wharf and on road, but he didn't go. Next morning, they get a southeast. Get him in southeast, and he tried to get his motor to go, wouldn't go, but he said no. Captain Breshett was the captain. Couldn't get the motor to go, and it was drift ashore on the ground. They had all kinds of motor, all kinds of clothes, stoves, and they had all kinds of apples. They must have been with 100 bars of apple or that. And they used to burst the bars and throw it out with their shoulder to the children. And most everybody would take them off with a decker. Frank was one of them there, burst it, put his feet through and put the ball on top of the deck, and everybody wanted them a bit of crude oil with to wash them off, and all right. There was a big punch in the molasses there, they landed that. I think people took that. Go there and bore a hole and put up their barrel. Nobody took it anyway. I don't know how many bags of flour, there must have been about 500 or 600 bags of flour, I guess. They had a big landing ashore there. And most of the people go by with a boat with their boats and load them up on there, here. So it's 30 and 100 pound bags, all wet now. And the crude oil with that tick on it, see? Go there and peel the bag off and take the machine off. And they would take the dry flour and put it in the barrel, and it was good, and put them back in the bag. They had to wash the bags, and it was a lot of work. We had a lot of it. And not too long after, there's the one with the ground shore point. That's what he had, about 500 bags of flour. So they got up in the morning home, Valerie Young got up, went on the bank, him could see so good. Me, I couldn't see that. He went on the bank, see, look. You see something on the waters in Brook cliff way out on the point. And there's a flower to me. The Valerie Young had come to my place, they slept with me that night. Saturday, it was Sunday, he was there. We get some more dories in Francis, the end of that. Pull up 2 pair of oars. When we got to Crow Cliff, seen the flower floating everywhere. What's the name of that flower now? There was Robin Hood and there was another kind of flower now. You can see in the man in the bag. We picked up 2 bags there, put them on the ledge. We pulled up to the hands there. That big cove where Leo got round it. Got there, the cove was blocked. All afloat, the whole side of the cove, on float. Went there, we took out the door, we loaded that. Frank Lower came down with his big boat out there. He loaded them up, and there was still lots left. Martin's heavy on him, must have carried about 200 bags for sure. To get a Louise there. He had that, and he put them on in the little pilot. We lost the flower, there was no crude oil in that. That's the time we lost our street. No, we didn't know. We didn't know to get tricked in that. My mother used to take the pile of dough, that thick in the bag, see? Pile it in big bags and throw it in the old welder. It was filled up, the old welder. All the sheep were over there. 11 big mother sheep we lost. We never done much money without our flour. All we think we caught them in time. Oh, they put them in the barn.
What happened to them?
They eat the flour, the pass the flour from potters. Harry, you could have a couple of them out to the street from home to eat. We were around. We had us to meet us. We didn't want to eat that. There was nothing wrong with it. The sheep was smothered. You put a watch them and cut them before they die, you know. But we throw some in the bag everywhere.
Okay, when Newfoundland joined Confederation in 1949, what was some of the changes that happened around here? Like when we went over with Canada?
Well, I think I'm going to tell you one thing. When they come in Canada, come over and Newfoundland was a new life, I tell you.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah, we had our family allowance and we got in, what's for the strawberry too, isn't it? I can tell you that.
Yes, my darling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a new Confederation there in 49.
We'll never have another man like...
More joy.
Is that right?
No.
Oh, you got a picture of him up there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah.
So it did a lot for here.
Yes, he did a lot. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's a new world, I tell you.
So what was some of the changes from before that? Like what was life like before that?
Beautiful.
Dog days.
Well, I guess your
Dog
grandmother.
days.
Is that right?
I guess your grandmother must have told you a lot of it.
Well, I never. She
No.
never mentioned it. No.
Yes,
Well, it was-
we had it rough.
Well, it was. I'll tell you now. I don't know how I'm going to say that. It was poor times, but it was nice.
Was that right?
Yeah. I found out we have lots of dances and we have lots of concerts and a lot of fun.
Okay.
More now. Yeah, we really enjoyed it. We never started. We never had people just pecking our back. But we did. Yeah.
So that was for the change for the better Confederation.
Yeah,
Like you say, we had the
yes.
family allowance
Yeah.
and other stuff that they
Yeah.
brought in. Okay.
The only time I ever seen anything was when she were on Confederation.
Oh, yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
All right, what kind of work did you do
In my time,
in your time? Yeah.
well, I fished. I worked with the bow waters in the woods, cut pulp, and put in some vegetables for myself and rear up some sheep and that, you know. So I
But,
did that too, you know.
After they
Make
kind
a
of
living.
So the work was a lot harder, would you say,
Yeah.
before Confederation?
Worked on the base. I worked
But
on the
after
base.
the base, kind of when I got on the Confederation, we had lots of work. He worked all the time, all his life. We got turned down.
Was that right?
Oh, well, while the base worked, he worked.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you worked on the base.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I worked on the base, yeah.
Okay, that must have been hard when the base shut down, hey?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of hard, yeah, kind of hard. Yes,
A lot of
because
people- a lot of people miss
I
their
worked
work.
there until she shut down. You know.
But they're still working there yet in the middle of
But
it.
then I made quite a
Yeah,
bit of
sure.
money then, see. You know, I made it, but on the first one we started to work for Confederation, there was no money. If you made a $20,000, you couldn't get a nickel.
Is that
Well, I
right?
couldn't get none. We made a lot of money, quite a bit of money here and there, but we'd get no money. The only time I ever seen a dollar bill is when old Joey went in on Confederation.
Is that right?
Yeah, right.
Because you work for, well, you say you work for a lot of money, but you didn't get it because...
Tailor store.
Oh,
That's how we lived.
So you pretty much work to trade off for supplies.
Yeah, we take it out the store. They never had no cash to pay us, so we had to take it out the store.
Okay. What about entertainment and stuff? What did you guys do for entertainment?
Oh, lots of dances.
Oh, whiskey.
Lots of dances. Oh, yeah, lots of dances and concerts. Oh, garden parties. That over that we had lots of that.
Was that right?
Every year having
House dances.
House dances. Oh, having yeah, making calamus. So you just said there having calamus and everything. Oh yeah.
So everybody would get together and...
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, his father and them, he had a big house there. It was a whole house, a big house.
Okay.
Yeah, go right to it, my son.
You guys, yeah? You play any instruments?
Dance away.
Plays accordion.
Oh, you play accordion?
I used to play the accordion.
But he got away accordion.
I got my hands all beat up now.
You got no fingers.
I give my accordion away to my daughter down St. John's.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. You hurt your finger in an accident, did you?
Yeah, my finger lost all my fingers, and I only got the thumb left on this one here. That one here is dead. This one's cut off twice, and this one here is all ripped up there.
Oh my!
You know, yeah. This one here, look, he's split in two there, and broke off there.
Oh my God!
So I got that one's cut off there.
You short of
Oh,
fingers.
you were hurt on your hands.
Oh, hard on the hands, yeah, hard on the hands.
Oh yeah.
But I find you see a lot of people, not so much now, but like from before.
Yeah.
That was the same thing, like got fingers missing and that. But I suppose the work was a whole lot harder than what it is now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I suppose even in the woods and that, you never had no power saws and stuff like
Nothing, ma'am, nothing.
No.
We had nothing, just a buck saw.
Yeah.
There's a buck saw.
that. That must have taken some time.
Yeah, my first trip in Corner Brook, I was 16 years old. The bird worked with the waters. I was 16 years old, right? I don't think.
What was it like then in the woods?
Yeah, that was my life then, you know, eh?
Okay.
It was pretty good. I didn't know how to file a buck saw much, but then I cut a few quarters of wood anyway, you know.
What was it like in the woods then? You guys would go in and stay in there?
Yeah, stayed in camp, lumber camps.
Go down to Corner Brook, or you would come up for 2 months, 3 months.
You had camps back in the wood. The Boers had camps in the wood. We all go into camp, big camps, you know.
Okay.
75, 80 men in the camp.
Did you get a crowd like from here that would go? Or?
Yeah, you get a few hands going from everywhere. Mayland, Piccadilly, Cape St. George, everybody was into the camp.
Was it hard to get work there?
No, lots of work.
Lots of work.
Lots of work.
On the last day, it was just getting hard to get work.
On the last it was hard, but we never had it good in the camp, so bad combination, eh?
Was that right?
Bad combination in the camp.
On first, eh?
Oh yeah, all the time, all the time.
last was good, very good.
We had it bad combination.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like some people there who were kind of rough and stuff in that way, you mean?
No, about that. No bed clothes or nothing to sleep in, I had to sleep on bushes.
yeah.
But, no one
Bad.
Is that
Nobody knows.
right?
Yeah, nobody knows.
sleep on bushes.
Yeah.
Oh my, the company didn't supply anything.
But when old Joey got in, it was too good. They went too fast. The work went so fast that they got all of it. Yeah.
I guess he made the companies treat their employees a little bit better.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We had it rough in the woods. We had it rough when we started going in the woods right up till I end the woods, till I end. We had it rough.
A lot of flies and stuff.
Lots of flies, lots of everything. By night, you work all day and scratch all night.
Is that right, eh?
Yeah, I know. And I went through it. I went through it. All of it, just about half of my life. That's why I was in the woods.
See a lot of game, wild game and stuff back there in the woods?
Huh?
Wild game, like moose and rabbits. Was there a lot there now compared to...
No.
Never
There
seen
was no wildlife sometimes. No. I didn't see many people. There was no people around.
See if you heard, I suppose.
Okay. So there was nothing in the woods like that at all?
I think now. Moose go down there. But
Now you can't move, eh?
it's a moose.
Yeah. Well, of course, it's a good thing too, eh? Because if everybody was let alone, there's not much now, but it'd be less. Now, you take the population of moose. Well, if there was no game wardens, no law, well, everything would be destroyed in about a couple of years, and we'd have nothing.
Same like what happened to the fish.
Same man as happened to the fish, the same way. If the other took it right, 20 years ago, you wouldn't have to close the Gulf. There'd be plenty of fish.
That's right.
But this foreign draggers went out and they cleaned the whole works, and we got nothing.
That's right. It's the big boats that did it, and the little boats, the little men that suffer.
Yeah, the little ones got to stay ashore and suffer now, and the big ones got it all. You know, eh? But that's the way it is, you know. Poor old fellow, I wish he was in yet. But
Couldn't live forever, right?
he couldn't live forever either, you know. But so.
Well, we didn't do bad. We never had so much hard times. Not when Joey got in there.
I suppose most people were in the same boat, though.
Oh, yes, it was all in the same boat, you're right.
Yeah, all in the same
all in
boat.
the same boat.
Well, I thank you so much for your time. Okay, what was it like living here in Lourdes when you were a young person?
Fun.
It was fun?
Had lots of fun.
What kind of things did you guys do? Like to keep yourselves occupied and out of trouble?
I don't know. We went to church and we'd come to school. We had to walk a long ways. And we all got together and we had a lot of fun. You know, playing hide and go seek and
Okay.
making rings, catching on one another's hands, making rings around. But we attended school. Well, we didn't run away from it. We had to see. I was born in up where Red Point. That was a long ways from here, right?
Where's that at?
Well, that's up where. What do you call John Green's? The Brook there.
Oh, yes, why?
Yeah, that's
Red
where
Point.
we
That's the first
lived.
time I heard of that place.
Yeah. Well, now we had to come right down here to church and school.
So the church is that's the second church that was built here, though, wasn't it?
I suppose that was the third one.
Oh, is that right?
Second or third for sure.
Because I know one had burned down, right?
Yeah, right.
All right. Did you always have a doctor here in Lourdes?
No. No, we used to come off and on. Not that often. Not that often he used to come. Off and on anyway.
So what
And
would you...
sometimes we used to have to go across the boat. Billy Benoit take us across the boat to Stephenville to go see a doctor.
Was that right?
Yeah. Poor Billy Benoit's dead now, but he had a boat, He used to take us across port to port,
Okay.
and we'd go see a doctor there.
Okay. Well,
Agatuna, we used to go to the doctor.
okay, so what was travel like? How did you get around?
Walk. Or with a horse and cart.
What about like when you had to go to the doctors and stuff, like you say, to Stephenville or Agatuna and stuff like that?
Well, you walk down to West Van and you get poor Billy Benoit a boat there. Well, we go across with him. And then you get on the other side, you walk to the doctor, and then he'd wait. We'd come back the same way.
Oh, my.
It's all walk.
What about in the wintertime?
Well, in the winter time, there was a horse and sleigh. That was it. But poor Amber's Bungie had a snowmobile, they used to call it.
Okay.
And when people was really stuck and sick, well, they'd get loan of it, he'd go with the snowmobile and take them to the hospital, see ya. Yeah.
Okay, what
But
about
there wasn't much sickness in them days. There wasn't much. You mostly get in them days toothache.
I just not imagine.
True, there was no sickness then.
Did people go to the doctor for a toothache, or did they?
Well, they had to get teeth pulled out if you suffer so much, you'd have to go get the teeth out,
There was nobody here that could pull teeth.
No.
Okay.
No. Not in them days. No. Some people had tied a piece of line around their teeth and then tied on the knob of the door and then shut the door and get the teeth pulled out.
It would be good if your tooth was loose, but if it was bad, it'd be kind of hurt.
A lot of people done it. A lot of people done it. Don't forget it. Yeah.
What about the food that you guys ate? Was it a whole lot different than what people eat now?
Well, to me, there was much difference. The only thing now, we get moose. We used to get then. And before we had it all, I know we did, because we had the mutton, and we had the cattle, and we had the sheep, and we had everything, Poor Pop, you had everything, Gardens, turnip, cabbage, turnip seed, we had it all. But we worked for it. Remember, you worked hard. You had to do your gardens and cows. Poor Pop had 32 sheep.
Oh, my.
And 2 or 3 horses and cows. And if you get the cows, you got your milk and you got your butter, right? And if you didn't get it, you didn't have it.
Okay, so did you ever do any of that, like
Well, I
making
had
butter?
to. I guess so. I had to. I had no other choice.
Did you have a big family?
There was, we had 5, but all, when they got big enough, they left, and it was only me left home. See, and then Ralph, he was fishing on Red Island. That was my brother, and it was poor Pop and me, So I had to get out and get the cattle and do the work, clean the barns in the winter, a lot of work.
I can imagine.
Yeah, dear. But I don't know it like it was the good old days. Every day your work was lotted out for you, You know, you had to get the wood. If they were fishing in the summer, you had to be down the shore with the capstan hauled down, ready to get the boat to catch up for them to come in, you know. I don't know, it was every day the time passed, and, you know, like if it was a dance now, like in the hall, they have a big dance in the hall, well, everybody was to the dance. With the cardines and the fiddles and the big flare-tail dresses. And you talk about fun. There's none of that now, you know. We had fun them days. Calamus Day again. Everybody go around with the flag. And then we get together in a building with a big boiled hot supper.
There's no more of that now.
No. There's sometimes that.
You used to have a good time.
I guess so. We used to have good times.
So how much change did you see, like, from when you were a girl to when you were rearing up your kids?
Oh, there was a lot of difference. When I reared up my family, we had hard times. It was hard times, not much work. Johnny back in the woods, cutting pulpwood now. And you know what you get for pulp then wasn't much. And I had 14 children. Well, I lost 2, and then I had 12. I got 12 now. Well, I tell you, all I done was card and spin and knit. And then there was one end of cot, and then there was you be rocking and spinning and carding.
Oh, my.
You know, it was bad, 12 children.
Oh, my.
And they were like step ladders, You know, every 12, 13 months I had a child.
So you think it was harder when you had kids than when you were a kid yourself?
Well, now, I can't hardly remember when I was a kid myself. I go back. I can't even remember when my mother left me. She left me when I was 4-year-old. I would have been 5 in December, the 25th, and she left me in June.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So your father reared you up?
Yeah.
Your father lived here in Lourdes all his life?
Not Lourdes. Yeah, it's Lourdes, I suppose you call it Lourdes now.
Okay.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, so he's not living now.
No,
he passed away
years ago.
Is that right? Okay, what was his name?
John Green.
John Green. Okay.
John C. Green, because it was 2 John Greens, There was another John Green that came up from down Miller's Passage, and there was John C. Green, that was my father,
Hey, what was life like when you were living down at Long Point?
Oh, my dear, it was hard. It was hard down in Long Point. I had so many kids. And, I was so poor, and not well with that. Me, I had blood trouble all my life.
Is that right?
Yeah. And then my blood, when my kids was all big enough, well, I had a high blood pressure. I stayed with the same misery all the time, It was so funny, and I had to work. We had to work so much, planting and putting out gardens, and water was there. How many used to have good gardens? My God, turnip, maybe we get that. Honest to God, and cabbage. Holy God, they didn't want to believe that it could grow cabbage that big. But now we used to carry the manure from the longshore, the kelp and that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why he had the big cabbage and turnips.
It was good ground down there at Long Point too for planting.
Oh yes. But then what they got here, my gosh almighty, here's bad ground. It's all saying that up. It's all that weak ground there. You can't plant, it's too hard. So not now. We got nothing.
Oh my,
Big
that.
How many pounds of one tube was that? And one tube maybe.
One was 9 pounds some ounces, and the other one was 6 pounds some ounces.
A 9-pound turnip.
The 9-pound turnip. Well, down from Marta come here, and the turnip was all on the ground. He was cutting them. Well, Don never seen the like. Never seen turnips so big in all his life, you know. So
took one down there, you got me that.
yeah,
Oh, my, yeah?
They wouldn't
Yeah.
put that.
Ay, jeez, yes. was
Honest
nice.
to God, he left me. And 10 bit pumped to the God.
Oh my God, big as that. Look, the cabbage.
Oh
Cabbage.
my.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
No, what time? Fish going from one side, came from one side, and a big fish from my hole, and dig a hole, and put it right then, and then cover it up and put the tea in there. Only tea with
The people was to work so hard. My dear, the people had to work hard, and there was so little in it. You know, some you go to work down on, he was cutting pulp, go and cut pulp, $1 a cord. Now, you know, you couldn't live on that. That's why the people were so poor. They had nothing for their work. Honest to my gosh.
Where did you get all your supplies and stuff to?
Well, my dear, look at an hour back. On the road, we had to go. Now, Nancy, there, she had a store. And there was another feller with a store. So we had to look from there. And there was only small stores. You know, only small stores. They never had all what you wanted, but you had to do with it. Yeah, because, you know, everything was in there. We had a family allowance for the kids that time, at those time. My God, my God. You know, from winter houses there, walking down to on Long Pike there. Honest to my God. With a bag in your hand and one on your back. Now, you think we never work hard?
What about before that? Oh, that was when Newfoundland joined the rest of Canada. What about before that?
Before that, before that was just as bad. Wasn't no better because the road, you had no roads, and everybody was poor. Honest to God, it was only the fishing. But what you used to make on the fishing, you only could get a bit of stuff, you know, because the fish didn't pay. You know, I don't know how much it was a cantle if you dry it, or 100 pounds. I don't remember those times how much it was. I bet it wasn't much. Gee, they fished the whole life, and they never come rich with it. Tell you what, now. Because, my God, me, I had a big family, and...
How many kids did you have?
I took 15.
Oh my.
15 kids. I burned 15 kids. I lost 2. But then, I had them. Oh my God.
Must have been hard to keep them going in clothes and stuff too.
And shoes. Oh my gosh, I tell you what. But now, down in Long Pine, they had no school those times. They didn't know it was school. You know, there was no school, but I suppose it was good because, you know, I couldn't get nothing for them to go to school because you want so much, right? So, you know, it was hard. It was hard. Crumbs and mighty.
Were there a lot of people living at Long Point?
Oh, yes. Oh, there was a lot of families on Long Point down there. Yes.
To work on the road for 5 cents an hour.
5 cents an
my,
hour.
5 cents an hour.
Shovel.
Oh my God, that's a shame. With the pick and shovel for 5 cents.
Yeah.
That was miserable enough.
25 cents an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What were some of the older French people? What were their names from a Long Point? Because there's a lot of names that were there before that's not around anymore, right?
No. There wasn't that many, you know, because we was all French. Yes, when I was with poor Mom, we was all French because poor Mom was talking French, and we was all French. But now there's a family came from over there down home, and old man prayer, and he was married with poor mama's sister, and Minnie. And then they were all talking English, them. All English. So we got with them, and we learned the bit we know was not much English, but then we learned it with them.
So everything was French.
Yeah, everything was French. Poor Dad was French, Mom was French, and Arson Benoit was French, Maggie Arson, she was French, Johnny Goodday and Mary Goodday. That was all French people. Joe Larrois and Alice, French. To Frank Larrois, there was French in English because Sophie, she come from an English family, but poor Frank, he was French. And Frank Chrétien and old Peter Chrétien, you know, that was all French.
There's also Le Taquenous down there too. Le Taquenous also.
Yeah, all the Taquenous, all the Lacours were all French. Yes, but yeah.
There's another family, Rubley, or was that just a man himself?
No. All his family. There was Lucien, and there was now his wife. Now, what was his name? The name of his wife? Jesus Christ, I forget her name. You know, old Takanuda. And I don't remember it. Or his daughter was Lucienne, but she had only one. Yeah, she had only one. And then all the Lacours, they're all French. All Lucien Lacour and Rod. What do you call their
Ronnie
Lacour and Gus Lacour. That's all French. That.
Now Taquenous was their grandfather, right? I believe, wasn't it? Or
no. Taquenous would come from I don't know, if it's Montreal or he come from over there in a French place, So it was related now. His wife and the Lacours, that was related. That's why now he come there. And there was so many of them. My God. Well, mostly all the people we was talking French. You know, when people English or come, it was hard for us, my God, to talk with them. Yeah, it's hard. But then we manage.
what was it like when somebody got sick now? Like where you say the roads were really bad. What would you have to do?
My gosh, we was badly cut, you know, when somebody get sick, because here down to Blanc Point, Norman there, your father, he got the convulsions.
Convulsions.
Convulsions? Yeah, something like that. So the water had to take him from down to Long Point and take him up here, where poor Emile was living, as only Emile had a truck. Only him. There were no cars, there were nothing, only truck. In Black the Brook, a truck. So we come up, I come up with him, with Norman there, and I think he was 7 years old. Holy God Almighty, bad load to take up there. So we went up there to poor Emile's, and Emile took us in to the doctor, and I don't know, the doctor said that he must have eaten a big meal. So that was right. When he said that, it was right. Because I had some beef and cabbage and all that, and that's what they eat. I give them convention. But we're eating that sense, so we never got no conventions. Yes, but God bless God. And the road now, you take half leg of mud and go right through that in such a ways. From Long Pike to Road, I'm sure, how many miles? 6 or 7 miles.
Or more.
And there's more than that. Now you know that's a long ways to go with a load on the back. Yes, but because he couldn't walk at all. No, he couldn't walk. There was too much mud, and he lugged him out right up here. And when we come from the doctors, well, he gave him some medicine, and he come all right. But my dear.
So there was a doctor in Lourdes then? Or
No. We had to go in Port-au-Port. To Quarry there, Yeah. Dr. McDonough. That's an old doctor. He's gone now. He was old when we used to go to him. He must be dead now for long ago. Yeah. And we had no roads for such a long time. Oh my God. To get a child christened, I had to walk from down the Long Pint up in Lourdes. And they got a road on the inside there to pass. I was to pass by there with a kid. Yeah, a kid and my diapers. Joe G was grand almighty. I was so tired, my arms was gone. And I had to go to Lourdes. I got them christened. And the next day, somebody from down home come up in boat. So I went down the shore here and I got in the boat.
And got a ride down.
I got a ride down. Oh my, I was all in. God damn it. So I tell you what, my dear, some bed was some bed before. No way. The people were so poor. And to get a pair of shoes, you couldn't get it. Couldn't buy it. And I was 14 years old when I got my first pair of shoes. I'll never forget.
Is that right?
And Maggie Arson was
14 when you got your first pair of shoes.
My first pair of shoes. And it was Maggie Arson that bought them. She went with my father in Port-au-Port. And they got me a pair of rough shoes for a boy. And that's what I got now. Oh, yeah. But I was proud with that. Oh, my God. I was proud. My first pair of shoes gave I guess 14 years old.
So what did you wear before that?
What
did you wear before that?
Nothing. Only socks and, woolen socks. Nothing to wear.
So how many was in your family? How many brothers and sisters were there? How many brothers and sisters did you have?
Well, there's 13 in all. So I think I got 6 girls. Or 6 girls and 7 boys. Yeah. My God. Tell you what, yeah. Tell you what, if that hard times are come now, the people will say, my gosh, Mom was right. I will tell that to the youngsters sometime, Yeah, if it'll come, they'll see.
You think people will be able to handle it now?
Oh my God, I don't think so. Because people got too much now. They got everything. Me, when I used to have a child, there wasn't nothing coming for me. But now, they get a child, they got everything. Even the crib and everything for the child. My God, they're happy, I think. They're happy. Because they got everything and it's so easy done for them. But me, it was hard because it was only old Maggie Arson there. Something go wrong, or she couldn't do nothing. And how to get a doctor? From Akatuna, and the roads half-leg mud. There's nothing could pass. No trucks, no cars, nothing could pass. My son, who's coming in there?
Oh, somebody coming. Okay, well, thank you so much. Okay, Mr. March, what kind of work did you do in your day?
Well, for fishing and lumber woods. And then I was around 11 or 12 years old. I was in the woods. And then fishing and farming.
So you did that all your life?
Yeah.
Okay. How is the work that you did then different from now?
The work?
Yeah.
Well, nothing different. I don't do nothing now. But I worked at lumber was all my time in fishing. So my family got away, and then do something else. Just what you get here and there.
What about the young people who are doing that kind of work today? Do you think it's really different for them?
Oh yes, they can do it. Some of them are still at it. Some more is not. There's different way now. There's no money into it now. There's a lot of money in one way, but it's hard to get at it.
I guess the equipment is different too.
Yeah.
Okay, have you lived here all your life?
Yeah.
You lived here in Lourdes all your life?
All my life, yeah.
Well, how has Lourdes built up since you were young?
Oh my, it's a lot of difference. Yes, there's only, I'd say 7 or 8 houses in Clanbanco then. It was Clanbanco.
Clanbanco.
And to go to school, we had to go around the beach to go up. So there's no road, there's muddy path to go up there. And all woods, all cleaned there was empty. Yes. But it was fun. But it was no money. I worked for 25 cents an hour.
Oh my.
Yeah. I was married with 3 children and worked for 35 cents an hour, carpenter work. Yeah. For stuff. The only chance you had was farm, the gardens and that to do for that. But that's what I was not to fish.
So where was the school located then?
School, well, there's one in the same place now. There, one this way.
The elementary?
Yes, it was a hole down there. You know, how did they ever fix it there? Small school, hole of 50 people on Sundays. Priests used to come from somewhere, saying they was going there, and that's where we went to school to in there.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
So they used the same building for the school
Yeah.
and for the church?
Yeah. Only small.
So the priest used to come every so often?
Yeah, and then one got settled down here after a while. Peter Pino, we call him.
Father Pino.
Father Pino, yeah.
Okay, was it after that they changed the name of Lourdes to Clanbank Cove?
Yeah, after that, yeah.
Do you remember when that happened?
Yeah. But they had a big hall built there, and I don't know who was. It was another priest who was to come up visit sometimes, you know. And between them they changed the name and everything else. Well, that didn't bother much of what they call it. Yeah. There was nobody, it was only the youngest there. And my father was born in Madras Point and shifted to Marches Point. That's how we got his name. Shift there, and they came round the Cape and stayed there. Started doing there. I was born then.
Did you have a big family? Did you have a lot of brothers and sisters?
I was 14 in the family, my father's family. Only 2 of us left.
Is that right, eh?
Yeah.
It would be you and...
One from March, he's out still there. He's 97. And I'm 98.
You're 98.
Yeah.
Okay, what was it like back then, like if somebody got in trouble with the law? What kind of law was here?
Oh, it wasn't anything. It was from St. Giles, it was a fellow called Goodman was come out. A big fella with a cap on, and so make a deal with the policeman, and sometimes he used to come out. It was nothing. It was no jailhouse. Not around here, nothing. You had to go somewhere and St. Giles somewhere.
So if somebody broke the law, they had to come out here and get them and bring them back to St. George's.
But not often it happened. Only sometimes would be thieves around here, you know. Only them. But for drunks and that, nobody would pick up and make their own beer, see?
I guess there was a lot of that too, people making their own beer and stuff.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. You used to make your own too?
Oh, yeah.
What kind did you make?
Spruce beer, they call it. I think it was spruce. Have it in a keg in the wood somewhere. on weekdays, weekends, and we'd go in. Travel was and everything, had fun. That's all we had, was nothing more of sport.
So you'd take your, so you'd go in and drink it out there. A bunch of you would go in the woods, crowd 'em in. Would you have, what kind of fun would you have in the woods? Now playing instruments and stuff?
Oh, yeah, playing, dancing. I used to play the accordion, they dance.
Is that right?
Yeah. Well, we do it till like, no, it's not the same.
Oh, I guess you were allowed to make your own beer and stuff back then. Okay, what was it like when you and Mr. Young got married?
No, that one, did I answer the other day? What did I tell you?
Well, what was it like around here? Like, how is it different now than it would be then?
Well, now we have everything here. Then we had a washboard, wash tub, water from the well, you know. So we had our own vegetable, our own cattle, meat. Yeah. I guess quite a lot of different from now. We had to work hard, you know, washing clothes on the washboard, and gee whiz, yeah.
Okay, so when you got married, I guess you didn't have a limousine to pick you up and you know, kind of thing. Like, was it a big thing like it is today?
No. Just something, everybody got married then. They'd have a reception in the house, and, yeah, it's nothing, no big fancy stuff like now. That's for sure, yeah.
And how many years are you married?
54.
Well, congratulations.
I said 53 the other day. I was wrong. 54 years. Because the oldest girl is be 53 now, 24th this month.
Do you remember your wedding day?
Oh, yeah.
What was it like on that day?
It was Christmas Day. It was really, really snowing hard. Yeah. I was really bad winters then, you know. Not like now. We don't have any winter now, right?
So how did you get to the church?
We walked. Oh, yeah. Well, it was just across the field from my father's home. Just across the field, you know where the high school?
Mm-hmm.
That's where we only had to walk across there to the church.
Okay. So you go through a lot of snow?
Yes. You had to wait till you get in church, put your white shoes on.
A lot of people got married in the winter time before. Was that a tradition or?
Tradition, I guess. You know, was always on Boxing Day, 27th December, 28th. Oh yeah.
I guess in keeping with the Christmas spirit, I guess a lot of people got married then.
With the mummering.
Do you ever go mummering?
Yeah. Yes, right up till last year.
Is that right?
Yeah, went to Black River.
Wonderful.
Because my granddaughter was home for Christmas from Maine, and she loved that. And the other granddaughter from St. John's, so we went mummering. Isn't that terrible?
That's wonderful, I think.
Oh my God. Ask Patty Laney.
So were there more people now mummering or back then?
That was the tradition, was mummering and go from house to house, and like Christmas, nobody was invited. You just said, well, I'm going to this house tomorrow night, and you get there and there'd be a big meal cooked up, and the next night you went somewhere else, and the next night you came back to your house, and you know. But now you got to be invited. Yeah, the telephone spoiled it. You got to pick up the telephone now. Are you busy? Can I come? And, yeah, but then you just walk in. Everybody was welcome. And that's what Christmas was all about. Not only Christmas, any time of the year. You know, we could go anywhere. You know, just say, well, I'm going this house tonight. Just put on your coat, and you were gone.
But everything changed from that.
Yeah, you played cards, and Christmas time you mummered. You'd get some piece of fruit cake and some syrup. Yeah.
Hey, what about the work life back then? What type of work did you and Mr. Young do?
He was a woodsman first. Then he started his own taxi business. Then he went into construction, see? But after he got out, Wayne took it over. And Rick, you know. So I guess he was sort of old by that time. Too old, yeah. Yeah.
So was there a lot of difference from when he started his own businesses up until when he gave it up?
Yeah. You go to steam them up for $10 then. Don't go to steam them up for $10 anymore. And Corner Brook was 40, and now it's 100 and something, I think.
Oh my!
Oh yeah, that's a big day. $40 go to Corner Brook. But anyway, he eventually got out, turned to trucking.
What about yourself? Work?
Me? Oh, when I started to work, I worked for 26 years.
Is that right?
Can you guess how much I got a month? $89.
A month? Oh my, that's when you started.
Yes, you had to find your own light and your own heat out of that.
So you worked at the post office, is that right?
26 years.
Okay, part of that you worked at the building that was up here.
That building up there, no, first building we had right by the door here. You see that woodshed that's there now? Oh, well, it wasn't a woodshed then. Kind of like a little house. And then they built a new post office, so I moved up the street.
Was there a big change moving up there?
Up the street for 15 years, I think. Yeah.
Was there a big change?
Oh, yeah, sure. Big change. Then we started getting mailboxes. And, everything was changed, you know.
They paid you a little more? They started paying you a little bit more?
Oh, yes, yeah. Oh, when I left was really, really good, you know.
Okay.
A good many years before I left. But,
what happened for that change to come in now?
well, I guess the place was growing and it was better times. You know.
And what was it like around here years and years ago, say even like 40 years ago? Were there a lot of houses?
Oh, dear God. When we came here, what, snow roads? There was like a path through the woods. And we were scared. Where we came from was on the island. And there was no cattle, no horses, no trees.
Where you came from?
Yeah. It was really barren. And can you imagine coming this in a forest. We come in the forest here. We couldn't see anything. There was a house here, and maybe, I don't know, half a mile there was another one. It was weird. Weird for us.
How old were you then?
I was 13. Because we all lived so close together on the island. Just like from here to Johnny Snoop's now. All the houses are really close.
What was the main reason for moving here?
Well, the main reason, I guess, my dear, was we couldn't grow vegetables. But, you know, times were hard. You couldn't grow any vegetables there. So we came here. I'll never forget the first time I saw the potatoes. The blue ones? Oh, they were this long. Boy, first year we came here. Well, we came here in September, and the following year we planted. Oh boy, that was really something. All them potatoes. Because we did. If we planted a bag of seed, you'd get a bag out and they were on this side.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So it was all rocks, you know, where we came from. Mountains and rocks.
So it was quite a change for the gardens anyway from here.
Wow. But you know something, we should have stayed where we were. they were really well off after. There's lots of fish and so, but I guess for to get out there was no doctors, there was no priests.
So did everyone leave, or were there some people that left staying there?
Well, eventually they all left. I would say about 15 years later the island was down here. But I went back.
Wonderful.
We had a reunion there. Oh yeah. And I got 2 nephews down in Haverford, so every year usually we visit and we go off to the island. Beautiful. Oh my God, so quiet and peaceful. You should see that.
Is there anything left there now from Is there anything left there now?
Yeah, a few houses, not very many standing, but they're all falling down now. But a lot of cottages out there. Summer cottages? Oh yeah, people go there for weekend, even from Grand Bank. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, what was it like going to Mass back then? Was there Mass often like they have now?
Well, there was Mass every Sunday, and of course you had to walk in the snowstorms or whatever. And when I went to school, we had to walk from from Stephenville down to the church. You know where Sandy Barter lived there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, we lived around there, and we had to walk from there every morning to Mass. There was an old priest there, and he was cross, and if you didn't go to Mass, you'd get it done. Don't you worry. So he used to make us walk to Mass every day. But now Sundays, there'd be a special Mass on Sunday. Yeah?
Okay. So did more people go to Mass then? You think it was more of a feeling for Mass and church then, like as compared to now?
I think there was more to the Mass than there is now. No people go to Mass now, hardly.
It's a big change, eh?
Yeah, not very many people.
What kind of pastimes did you have when you were a young girl?
Pastimes? Carding and spinning wool, knitting.
All work, eh?
All work. There was nothing else but work. Scrubbing wood floors. And, it was all right though. But it wasn't too bad.
Kept you busy. Kept you out of trouble or what?
We had good times in a way.
Okay. What about games and stuff? Did you guys play any games at all? Were there any games that you guys played?
Yeah, we used to play Poppy, they call. we used to play that, and some other thing, but we didn't have much time for playing games.
Most of your time was spent working.
Yeah.
Did you have a big family?
My mother had 15 children. And there's, in 109 years, there's 5 of us left.
Oh my.
I went to my brother's birthday party, the 15th of August. He was 92. And they took pictures. There's 5 of us left. Huh?
Isn't that something?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you said that some of the women before smoked pipes and stuff. Is that your mom used to smoke the pipe, did she?
Yeah. Yes, all the old women, mostly all the old women used to smoke the pipe. And on the last she used to smoke cigarettes because when she got sick, the GIs used to give her cigarettes. Huh? That's the only time she smoked cigarettes.
Did you ever try yourself, the pipe?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever try the pipe yourself? Did you ever try smoking a pipe yourself?
Oh my Lord, I tried it once. I tried it once, but I never wanted to try it again.
How old were you?
I was about 7 or 8 years old. I nearly died.
But it turned you from it altogether, did it?
Oh my gosh.
How long do you have like telephone service and stuff like that? How long has it been since that came to the area? What was that like when you got it first?
Oh, telephone service, I don't know. It's a nice while, but I can't remember how long it is.
But you see, I don't want to talk to interrupt that one.
Yeah, it's about 75 years ago that the old telephones, the crank ones, But now, when we got the other telephones, I can't remember. It's a few years, nice few years.
It must have been handy though to have a telephone service.
Oh yes, yeah. Yeah, well that's all there was, because if anybody got sick or anything, they could phone Steamboat.
I suppose that a telephone service was only held for important calls, was it? Not like today, is it? Or
oh my! But it was nice in those days.
Okay.
My father died in 1940, and he was getting $12 every 3 months. That's all he was getting. $12 every 3 months. Well, on the last couple of months, he got $40 or something, but that's all he was getting all the time.
And where would he get that from?
The government. Huh?
That was in 1940.
Yeah.
Okay, that's before we joined Confederation, though, was it?
Hmm?
That was before we joined Confederation.
Yeah.
Okay. So was there a big change after we joined?
Oh, yes, I guess so. Yeah.
In what ways?
Well, there was more money, and there was more. It was better than it used to be before. But I remember my father. Imagine $12 every 3 months. You didn't get very far.
It must have been really hard on your mom and dad with a lot of kids.
Yeah. And then he was sick for almost 2 years. And I don't know how we lived. We lived somehow.
How old was he when he passed on?
He was 76.
Was that right?
But he would have lived longer, but he was hurt. An ox jumped on the sled when he was on the dog sled, and the ox jumped on him, so he didn't get better after.
Was it a wild ox, was it? Or one of his own?
No, it wasn't. I don't know what. Probably the dogs frightened him or something, and he jumped on him.
So you guys kept animals too when you were young? You kept animals and stuff too when you were young?
Oh yes, yeah. Yeah, we always had 2 cows and pigs and sheep. We lived better than some poor people. Some people were really poor.
Do you miss those days?
Sometimes. Sometimes, It's,
What kind of cures did you guys use before? Like, say, if a person had a cold?
Yes, well, they would sometimes make molasses candy, and they put ginger in, or they put stuff like that. Something, ginger, I can remember, like pepper. And then they would give you, when you go to bed, they would give you a piece of candy. And you go to bed. Well, do that for 2 or 3 nights, and you was better.
Cured the cold?
Your cold was, yeah, you was better. Like, it would cough it up, and you was cured. Oh, yes, I can remember that good. When, and, yeah. And I guess there was other things too. That hot water and pepper is good too.
For cold?
Yeah, yes, for colds. They would drink that, and in a few days, well, your cold will break, and yeah, stuff like that. So, yeah.
What about earaches? What would they do if you had an earache?
Earache, well, they used to get like castor oil, and then there was white liniment too, and they would take a little bit of white lime, not too much, a little bit. So then they would just stir it in the castor oil, and then they would taste it. See if it was too hot for their tongue, well then it would be too hot for, it'd be too strong for their ear. So if it wasn't too strong for their tongue, it wouldn't be. And then they would put that in their ear, they warm it, and then they put it in their ears, and then, well, after a little while, be better. And it was the other cures. Is it okay for tobacco?
Oh, yes.
Well, now, you know, I can remember when they used to take tobacco too. Now, tobacco mightn't be good as a cure for a lot of things, because my father used to do that. When we get a earache in the night, didn't want him to hear us, he'd hear us, but then he'd come and he'd bring, like his tobacco. He's plugged tobacco, and he'd take the leaves off. And then he chewed that very good, very soft. And then he put that in our ears. Yes, but does the earache get better? Yeah.
Isn't that something?
It never killed me, I'm still here.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah. What about
I'm 78.
Oh, my.
So I'm not dead yet.
That's
so
right.
it never killed me.
That's right.
But my dear was good for that. And that's what he used to do when the earache was too hard, was too bad. He used to do that. I remember it. I'll never forget that. When they take care of you, you can't forget that.
That's right.
Huh?
Yeah. What about like toothaches?
Toothache, oh my, toothache. I don't think anything would cure that. Well, toothache the same, you know. You would, if you wouldn't pluck out your tooth, well then you'd have to put iodine. Sometimes you put fire's balsam, and you try, you know, to cure it. Toothache was hard to cure, unless you pluck the darn thing out. Right?
So who used to pluck out your teeth?
Oh, God bless him. What the pool belonged to me. He did it. Some did it to the hospital, but they never done as good a job as what he done.
Is that right?
He pulled 11 teeth. When I was so sick, I was gone, weak and everything. I had thyroid and was gone right through me. So him now, he was after me, tried to get some of them out. But I was too afraid. I used to get weak. Every time you speak about teeth, I get weak. But one day, he said, well now, I had to come down there to live there for 2 months, because my husband was gone. I was all alone, see. And he said, if you don't get your teeth out by March, he said, you're going to be dead.
Oh my.
Yes, he told me, see. So, but still I was too afraid. So this couple of days before I left to go home, well, he was shaving. He said, what about trying to get some of your teeth out? He said, you only got 2 more days, you know, and you'll be gone home. Eh? Then he said, who's going to pull them? So, but I said, maybe, yes, I got to go to the barn first. I tried to put it off, see.
Okay.
But I went to the barn. When I come back, he said, well, I went to milk the cows. There was a couple of cows, little bit of milk. So when I come back, he said, what about now? He said, hey, what you going to do? Well, I said, I wonder. But now, I was there, see, I was caught like that. Well, I said, in the name of God, I said, amen. But I said, I'm so scared. He said, I'm not going to hurt you. If I think I'm going to hurt you, I'm not going to pull them. But he said, let me try. So I got down, he got his tools ready, you know, he had teeth pullers, he had fire balsam for cocaine, because that kind of didn't when you put it on, see ya?
Okay.
So that's what he had for cocaine, because he never had no cocaine. And my dear, he pulled 11 teeth, one after the other, and he never hurt me a bit.
You never felt a thing?
I never felt that, just a crack, that's all. And my dear, and then he's, my God, she said, look at there. But when he come to that long one there on the side,
yeah,
his arm gave him, so he let go. And then he took it the next time he got it. And honest to God, if he hadn't have done that, I believe I'd been dead already, because I was really sick.
With your teeth?
Eh?
With the pyorrhea?
Oh yes, and with gone right through me, see. And my heart was funny and everything.
Is that right?
Yes, but then after that, now he said, watch, and I couldn't eat. I could not eat. I tried to eat. That's why I was gone with nothing. I couldn't eat because my teeth were so bad. So I sat down. He said, now, you're going to wash your mouth very clean, very good. It bled, but it didn't bleed too much.
No.
It bled, but he said, you got to bleed to get the whole stuff out. So he fixed me some stuff. Like, I don't know if it was salt and water, you know.
Okay.
And he told me, now he said, hey, rinse your mouth very good. He said, before, I'm going to get you lunch. So he made me some French toast. I can't forget that thing. French toast, 2 big thick slices. Now he said, after you get your mouth all washed very good, he said, you're going to eat that. Oh my, that little good, I was hungry, see? And my dear, I sat down, I ate the whole works of that bread. I was starved. And never hurt me a bit. I eat the works.
Wonderful.
Honest to God, but yeah. And that was it. Now for that.
How long have you had that?
Oh, this is about 50 or 55 years old.
Is that right?
Yes, close to that.
Where did it come from?
Well, it came from, we went to a garden party, and then my husband, someone bought him a ticket, and because he said he never did win, so he wasn't going to buy none. But somebody, it was Jimmy Besaw, bought him a ticket, and that's how he won this.
Oh,
so
that's beautiful.
I got it ever since. Kept all my little belongings and that in.
So where was the garden party at?
Up at Truraco.
Truraco?
Yeah, I know the schools are gone, I think, but was. Yeah, but that's it, yeah.
So you guys were just married then?
Well, yes, not too long married.
Well, it's got a handle and everything on it?
Oh, yes. Picnic basket, I believe he said.
At the picnic. You won the picnic basket at the picnic. Isn't that wonderful?
No, it wasn't a picnic.
Oh.
But it was a picnic basket, they said. That it was, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, so he won that.
Oh, nice.
And I still got it. Yeah.
Do you keep a lot of your older belongings and stuff in there, do you?
Yeah. Well,
What is that now?
This here is a necklace, some kind of, I'm not sure that's what you call it. And this is a necklace. I suppose it's dark here. This here.
Okay.
And then the earrings here. Now, this is not young either. This is a great-grandmother. That's from a great-grandmother. Maybe. Not the grandmother. I'm not sure now. I think. But look. And that's the earrings there. Okay, now I'll put on the weight there.
Okay.
Put on the weight. Look.
There we go.
Now, this is, yeah. This is old too.
Okay.
That's a way back. Yeah. Now this here is not old, but now this here, this is something that my son found in the ground there by my house. That's all right. And this here now.
Okay. See if I can get that for you.
I suppose I wouldn't have to take it out.
Oh, be nice to see.
It's all right to take it out. And
okay.
Now, this.
Okay, hold it up and I'll get a close up of it.
Yeah.
What's the story behind that?
Oh, what's found right there by the fence, by the gate, my gate. We had to put a fence there,
Okay.
so we had to shift the posts a little further to put the fence. So he dug there a little bit and he found this thing, 1809. But it looks like a button, yet we didn't know what it might be. We thought it might be a badge or anything. But it's 1809. That's when, that's what it was lost there. And on the thing, they tells me That is the ear of the Lord marked on. That's in different language. But they says that's what it means. Ear of the Lord. But it's 1809, mark on the me. As though there's a whole, you think it would be on that, but it's there.
So you think it might be a button off a soldier's...
It could be off a soldier's suit. It could be something buried there, who knows? You know? We don't know. Because we never went to dig. Too scared to go. No, wasn't really scared, but you know.
So you tried to find out some more information about it?
Well, we tried. They went in Ontario and that there, but nobody knew what they spoke to, knew anything much about it, see? They said it wasn't the right place to go anyway. So we still got it, and maybe someday somebody will know.
A bit more about it.
Well, yeah. But I know that these soldiers used to come there years ago.
Is that right?
Oh, yes, I hear talk of that. That soldiers used to come here, but there was no one living here. No, not then. And then the pirate ships and all that, I hear talk of that in the older days. They used to come there. That's what it says now. It could be a lot of money buried there.
You
but
never know.
no, they only have to guess on that. Well, that's what they say.
But the button was there. There had to be something.
But the button, something was there, you know.
And that's 1809. That's almost 200 years old.
1809, that's almost 200 years. That's a long time ago.
That's right.
And you can still see 1809. Not you know, you think it'd be worn off by now. I said it must have been good steel or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's all I can tell you about this. But I'm holding on to it.
I don't blame you.
I won't, I'll just hold on to it.
That's right.
Maybe someday I may be dead, but then if Mom is dead, someone else is there. Because he Lord held them. Oh my God. Wait, I don't know. I got an old kit here. What was it called now?
First aid?
Yeah.
A first aid kit. Okay, that's old.
That's a long time. But I can't remember how long, but because I can't, that was poor Bob.
Is that right?
Yeah. That was his eagle he used to wear on his neck. Hey now. Letters from my boyfriend. No, that's not.
You got all kinds tucked away there, right?
Now this here is the first aid, but that's not young, remember. I got this, but I can't exactly tell you how old it is.
Let's see if there's there might be a date on it.
I don't know. Johnson, I believe. But there's a kit that he had with some kind of, one that my husband used to go to work away. So maybe that's something he had then, eh?
Oh, it's possible.
It seems to me. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
I guess that's all I got. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
So, that's a pretty old hat, eh?
Yeah, that's my poor mother's hat. So I'm going to try it on, There's not much there to hold it on, but...
So that was the style.
Hat. And she died when she was 72. This is close to 100, over 100 years old, a hat.
And that was the style then?
That was the style then, see? They used to put a pin there or something. I hadn't got a pin. But I had to put away in the bag, and, I got kind of out of shape. But, yeah, that was it. No. And with better material those days than what it did now. Because there's no way like to wear it out or something.
What's that now?
This is Saint Anthony. They call it Saint Anthony. They use that for protection. To put in their heaters or in their oven, or not in the oven below, but in the heater. They put the mole ranges there.
Oh, the mole ranges, okay.
We used to get one time, and there was a heater on that day, warm things there. Well, that's what they used to put this in now. That was for protection from fire.
So how long do you
My
have
sister
that?
haven't had it. Well, I got that about 50, no, close to 50 years. But she had it before that. So she told me she was going to live in Calgary. So she told me she was going to give me St. Anthony, but to take good care of it for her. So I still got St. Anthony.
And your sister has passed?
He's broke there, but he's still, yeah, that she gave it to me.
So your sister's passed away now, is she?
Oh yes, she passed away a long, long time.
Okay, Mrs. Felix, what was it like speaking only French when you were growing up and then having a lot of English brought into the community? Was it hard for you?
Yes, it was. It was because we didn't understand. We didn't understand the English. So everybody was French in Brook, in the cove. And then when the school started, and of course we had to go to school, but we couldn't understand the teachers. We couldn't we couldn't read. We didn't know what the words were, and arithmetic should tell us that in English, but we didn't know we didn't have a clue. But after a while, well, it's like everything else. You start to learn, and then it gets easier according you go. Yeah.
Was there any French in the schooling at all?
No.
Just English?
Just English, yeah.
Okay, in school, like you say, you had to learn the English and stuff. Were the teachers hard on the students?
Well, they were. But in those days, it was hard, The teachers were boss when you were there, and if you didn't do exactly as you were told, well, now it's different. But in those days, it was hard, and we couldn't. So we couldn't say, well, if she told us something, we couldn't answer back in English because we didn't know how. There was a couple in there that were English, like Audrey Young. Now she was English, and the Duffneys, because their mother was English, and that family was, the children talk English. But besides them, everybody was French.
Were there a lot of people that attended school down here?
Oh, yes, all the children from Winter Houses and Black Duck Brook. Yeah. And the school was here, right close by where Jerry lives.
Jerry Bivon?
Jerry Bessie.
Okay.
In the field on this side.
Well, that's where the school was.
On this side of Bessie's field. That's where the school, where Mattie is. That's where the school was on the hill.
Okay, what about when your children started school, your older children?
Well, they were the same. They were French, but it was a bit better because there were more English going around, and they knew, because children picks up fast. If there's English and they talk among one another, they couldn't talk very well, but they were better than we were because, it was...
So was the school still in the same spot when they started?
No, the school was outside at Winter Houses. We had a mile to walk up to school. They had a mile to go down to school. So, it's different. It's strange like that.
Mm-hmm. Back then, it seemed like a lot of people had beliefs, they were superstitious, or they believed in things like tokens or omens. What were some of the things that people believed in at that time?
Well, I guess in a way, it probably is the same way now, only on different terms, in different ways, Well, then they'd say, well, if you walked underneath a ladder, it was bad luck. If you broke a mirror, it was bad luck. 7 years bad luck. And if a black cat crossed the road before you, that was a sign of death, or it was bad. All the different things like that they used to.
Do you think people believed it more then than they do now?
I don't think it, well, in a sense, I don't think they believe it now. Because, or if you see crows, one crow meant sorrow, but two meant joy, so that was something. Yeah, it was...
Okay, what about, I've heard stories about people saying, well, they heard a bunch of wood fall, and that meant that somebody was going to die.
Yeah.
And then after that, they found out that their brother had died or something.
Yes. Well, that's tokens. But that can happen. To me, it seems it can happen. Because, Mama was saying before I was born, Mr. Borzak, Joseph Borzak's father, well, he died. I was born on January the 3rd in the morning. He died on January the 2nd in the night. And Mama said she was at the table and there's a that was a night before that, like in the day. She was at the table, and she heard it like somebody came and just threw up an armful of lumber by the house, and I knew she wouldn't lie to me because that's something she never do. But to her now, then she wasn't afraid, but to her now it seemed like something was going to happen. And Dad now was up too, he was up because he was sick, man. So he died that night, and the next day I was born. That's why Joe Wessex used to say he'd never forget when I was born, because that was the day after his father had died.
Isn't that
But
something?
she heard that armful of lumber, like, you throw an armful of lumber down on the ground, and that's just outside the door. So then I believe that. Something like that can happen. Because Mike was saying, well, he saw his friend going to the house when they were, Valerie Young. That was his real buddy for a while, the time that he was young down in Deer Lake. And he saw him, he was back from the woods, and he went to their house, and he saw Magella go to the house. He was going, and they used to say now, if they went away from you, their life wasn't going to be long. I mean, they weren't going to live that long. If they were coming towards you, then they were going to have a long life, That's something else. And he saw him, and when he got in the house, he started looking for him and everything, and he couldn't find him. So the sister said, he's not here, he's still there working. But he didn't live that long.
So he saw him going away from him?
Going away from him to the house.
Isn't that strange, eh?
That's strange. But, things like that, I think, happens because, I mean, some would tell you things for a story or for, just to make up something to make you nervous or probably something else. But there's some points, that I believe it. I believe that he saw him because he wouldn't say that. And Mom the same now, because
I know your brother Emil used to tell a lot of stories about things that happened too.
To him, Yes. Nothing ever happened to me like that. I mean, I never did hear. I suppose I was nervous, and God said, "Well, I'm not going to.
I'm not going to scare her.
I'm not going to scare her. No." Oh my.
Hey, when you and Mr. Felix were married at first, what was it like for him, to have to go away to work and you to be here taking care of the children and stuff? Was it really hard?
It was hard. Well, on the first, when we got married, for 6 years we couldn't live here because I was alone. So the house wasn't finished, and because he started the house, and we came up here. We used to come up every June, and we'd stay for the summer. Then I'd go back down to Yvette. But it was hard. I was very lonesome, and it was hard for him. But we had no choice because you have to start bringing up your family, and you build your house, and And in those days, they worked in the woods, and they hardly had anything for the woods. It's just a few dollars a cord, and you have to buy materials and all that. And it was really hard. But we survived. We made it. But to me now, I used to take care of the. Well, we always had cows. We always had a cow, always, and I love cows. And we had sheep and that. But now we used to have on the first we didn't have that many, so we used to have them down home, down at Father's barn, until we came up here to stay, and then we made his own barn, and then we had our own cattle. But he still went in the woods. He still went for 2 or 3 months at a time. After many years, would say, well, he used to say that in 35 years we had been together 5 years, like 5 years every day. It's something you have to do, and it was great because we loved each other a lot, and that pulled us through.
So when you moved in here, you had children then when you moved in?
Yes, I had Diane and Gerard, but they were small. Gerard's only a baby. And that first year when we lived here, we had a teacher, Geraldine Green from Lourdes, and she stayed with us for the winter, so that when Mike was in the woods, but I wasn't alone, I had her with me. Yeah.
So so Mr. Felix worked in the woods most of his life, would you say, or?
Well, not most of his life, but he worked for a good many years. Then from there, when he left the woods, he went to work in Stephenville on contract. And then he'd come home every Saturday night and go back again Monday morning. Yeah, and he'd done that for years and years. Yeah. Until then after, well, I guess he was away to work until he was 65. To back and forth, eh? Yeah. Then when he got his pension, then he.
So you said he worked on contract and stuff like that. What kind of
houses and?
Oh, so he was a carpenter.
A carpenter, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about yourself? What type of work have you done in your life?
Well, the most of my work I done in my life was housework, and then I was president of the first vice president of the French Association, and from there, 1972, then I started working for the association, and I used to do the books, and I'm still doing it, and taking care of the money and everything, because everything, the letters and that had to be done had to be French, so I used to write, and I used, didn't write that well because I didn't have no school in writing, but I learned it by myself enough to do my work. And that's what I kept, and then I gave courses, French courses, remember that? Yeah, and from then on we had a project that we worked on for 7 months. That was in 1975. Well, work like that I did, which was very interesting.
What kind of project was it?
It was a project where we used to sew and knit and sell.
Wonderful.
Yes. And I used to sew. That was my job, and they'd knit and crochet, and then we sell. It was very interesting.
Okay, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.